Welcome back to Great Day SA. So many groups are volunteering their time to help others, and one of the groups is called Heroes for Humanity. It's a nonprofit made up mostly of veterans and first responders. KENS 5's Mike Jimenez got an inside look at their operations.
In austere environments is something that these guys really thrive on. It's something that we look for. We want to go where other people don't want to go.
Brian Christenberry, crisis response operator with Heroes for Humanity, says as they watched the news of the Texas floods unfold, their team was ready to jump into action.
A lot of these guys are used to rappelling down mountains and doing all kinds of rescues already in the military, so that's been really beneficial here.
One of the organization's missions is search and rescue operations, assisting with searches on the ground, air operations, and water searches.
Now John is over here about to do a deep water recovery, and he's one of the only people on site that we found so far that's actually trained to go down and recover underwater, and so we're assisting with that as well.
Christenberry says cadaver dogs have been an important asset in recovery efforts, and when they target a spot, sonar is used to pinpoint where they need to search. While Monday's dive mission didn't yield any recoveries, Sunday they assisted in the recovery of 2 individuals.
And he was able to dive down underneath some rubble and locate a mother and her child underneath a car that was submerged.
One of the hardest part of the recoveries, Christenberry says, isn't the physical part of their mission. It's the emotional and spiritual aspect of it. So far, they have assisted in the recovery of 17 individuals.
You know, I've had a lot of people come up to me that have lost their children and their loved ones and thanked me, and it's hard to even hear that because you know, they have closure, but we haven't pulled anybody out alive yet, and that's tough.
Mike Jimenez, KENS 5.
God bless them. Heroes for Humanity has been a 30-member team on the ground right now with even more volunteers ready to jump in. The group says that they're going to be there as long as it takes, and I can see that because so many people are rallying. Donations have also been pouring into Kerr County from several places to help those who have been affected by the tragic flood, from misplaced residents to volunteers to first responders. Everybody needs some support, and a local San Antonio barbecue spot is helping out, but they need you to pitch in too. Kristen Urban is live at Barbecue Republic. Kristen, what's the response been so far?
Yeah, Roma, I know this is going to come as no surprise to you, but the community response out here has been incredible so far. I'm joined by Donica Torres with Barbecue Republic. She's one of the co-owners. Donica, great to see you again.
Too.
Donica, just looking behind us and at all of this supplies, how touching is it to you to see the community show up like this?
This is like super awesome. I'm not shocked. I'm not surprised. I'm just overwhelmed with, you know, gratefulness.
Now, why was it so important for Barbecue Republic to put on a supply drive like this? And I know you're specifically focusing on the cleanup efforts.
Yes.
What should people at home know about that?
So we know there's an abundance of food and non-perishables and clothing. So we figured, hey, let's focus on the cleanup. And let's make sure the community knows that, hey, after the storm comes a cleanup.
And I'm looking at your list right now. You're asking people for bleach, brooms, shovels, trash bags, bottled water, which I saw a ton of that. And we were talking even before this about the response when it comes to all the bottled water. It's so hot right now, and there really is so much of a need. You're asking, I know you already have all of this water, but you're asking for even more because you know that they're going through that probably pretty quickly, correct?
Yes, correct. We feel like there's always a need for water, and it's hot. Texas is hot, so people are going to need it. Sometimes resources aren't there after their personal resources, so we figured let's take an abundance of water.
And I love the research that went into this, because before you put on this drive, you were seeing that a lot of places are offering hot meals and maybe food and clothing, but you noticed that there was really a need for cleanup supplies, and so that's really what you wanted to focus on. So just walking through these items right here, we have wipes that you're asking for, even something like toilet paper, brooms, things that maybe people might not be thinking of to just add to this list, to maybe some alcohol on your list. I see vinegar, gloves, you're asking for mops, diapers for children, personal hygiene products, and then looking at these gift cards over here, I know that you're asking for these as well, but why?
Well, you know, certain people like to use certain products to clean up, you know. So some people like to use vinegar, peroxide, bleach. Bleach is always a good thing after, you know, a storm, the dirtiness, the germs and bacteria. So we figured bleach is a good thing, and these cards here will provide people to go and shop for their own personal things that they figure, hey, I could use that instead of that, or this might work better. So
that's great. And
yes.
you also mentioned before this that your heart in this is really wanting to get the community back to where they need to be. And that
Yes.
starts with
For
cleaning up. And
Yes.
this supplies right here, even if your donation feels small, it's not. It's really helping this community
Yep.
get back to where they need to be. Now, so for people at home who don't know much about Barbecue Republic, they haven't been by here for your food, what can they expect in general from Barbecue Republic?
So basically, we're good old Texas barbecue. We have really great nachos. Our nachos are very popular. We have delicious, huge, humongous potatoes. We even have Kool-Aid. Yeah, so we have a variety of drinks, and we carry huge cups. So for your cup up, there's refills, and you know we have a really nice atmosphere now that we've moved to our new location. So we're really excited about the community coming out and supporting in different ways.
Definitely a lot of tasty items for sure.
Yes,
For people
yes.
at home, so your drive is taking place today, and then you're dropping off at Kerrville tomorrow. What are your hours today for people to still bring supplies?
If you'd like to come here to drop supplies off, we'll be here till 8 o'clock tonight, and even early morning Wednesday, but we'll be dropping stuff off Wednesday afternoon.
And for people at home, could you give your address so they know where to drop this
Yes,
off?
so you can always come to Barbecue Republic. We're at 807 Southeast Military Drive. We're between Roosevelt and South Flores, so we're not hard to find at all. We're very, very in a good central location.
Thank you so much for your time
Yeah.
today, Donica, and for really
Yes.
all that you're doing for the community. Roma, when I think about this, two words come to mind, and that's Texas Strong. And this is just one of the many outreaches going on right now. What do you think about this? I'm going to send it back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Kristen. Of course, I think it's incredible. As I said, you know, we always come together here in Texas to support one another no matter what. So it makes me very proud and very humbled as well.